folks. It's Elgin Subway Surfer Bowling, your creative caricature marketing consultant. I was thinking today about a question that often comes up, especially with beginning artists, and it's on the question of style. How do I develop my own style? And there's a lot of ways to answer that question, but I'd like to answer it kind of different. As some of you may not know, that doesn't even make sense to even say that. You may not know it, but I have been practicing martial arts since I was 11 years old. I'm now 61. And I practiced martial arts from the time that I was 11 to age 50 in a straight line. And just kind of slacked off in the last 10 years from age 50 to 60, but that's another video. At any rate, I was studying in Brooklyn under a very prominent master by the name of Sifu Ralph Mitchell, who specialized in a variety of arts, among them Southern Praying Mantis, Muay Thai, full contact Kung Fu, and JKD. Oh, in addition to that, he also did Filipino martial arts. Sifu Mitchell had a basic curriculum that he would have all of his students go through, and we all had to learn it. And then he began to look at each individual student's preferences and zero in on that. He was an excellent teacher, and we all dreaded sparring with him because every session we had to spar with Sifu Mitchell. And, well, he could literally take us apart. He didn't abuse us, but let's just put it this way. He let you know that he was there. But we liked it. It was fun. And I remember going to a tournament one day, and there were other Sifus there watching all of the students' fights. And after one of my particular matches, this Sifu comes up to me and says, "You come from Sifu Mitchell's school, don't you?" And I said, "Yeah, I do. How did you know?" He said, "You fight like him," which made me scratch my head. And then he said, "Matter of fact, you all fight like him," meaning his students. And I couldn't understand what he meant by that until I thought about it later. We had sparred with Sifu Mitchell so much that we began to pick up his habits, his mannerisms, his way of movement. We didn't do it exactly like him, like a clone, but we did it enough. We got enough of him, how can I say, in us, that his style became recognizable to another observer. And I say the same thing happens with art. Just like I was a product of who I had studied under in Kung Fu, my fighting style reflected the teacher that I had studied under. Your style as an artist is going to reflect who you study under. Now you may say, well, I don't have the opportunity to study under a great art teacher, but not so fast, okay? Great thing about this age that we live in now is that you can study any artist. You can get any film footage on any artist, just searching for them online. You have tutorials, you have books, okay? And if you copy, literally, if you copy line for line everything that your favorite artist does, sooner or later, it's going to be like that artist will become your teacher, and his style is going to slowly creep into your work, and it's going to become a part of you. Now you might say, well, that's going to be their style, right? That I'm just imitating and not mine. Well, not really, not exactly. You see, elements of what you learn from them is going to kind of merge. I know I'm saying this like it's gobbledygook, but it's kind of like soup. Whatever you glean from whatever artist that you study, it's going to gel with your particular personality, your particular way of looking at the world, okay? How you feel on the inside, you know, how your health, is, your eyesight. In my case, I'm having trouble with my sight, so my work is going to, reflect that now. But that's another video. Anyway, when you study the work of other artists, and when you copy it, when you learn from them, it becomes part of who you are. And that's how you develop your own style. Case in point, I remember going to a convention, the NCN, that's the National Caricaturist Network. It's known as the ISCA now. But there was a young man, I won't mention his name, but he had very modest artistic ability. He could draw, definitely. He could draw recognizable faces, but he didn't have that star quality. But this guy was determined, and so before we said our goodbyes, he said, I'm going to study with Tom Richmond. Okay, and that was an admirable goal because we all like Tom Richmond, but this guy, there was something in the way that he said it. He really meant it. And the next time I saw this guy, it was like a different artist. He was drawing almost close to Tom Richmond. And I asked him what happened. It seems that he started to study under Tom Richmond. He read everything that Tom Richmond wrote. He copied Tom Richmond's drawings. He even became a theme park artist for one of Tom Richmond's concession stands, and slowly but surely his style, his way of doing things began to merge with whatever Tom was teaching him, and Tom's whole vibe got on this guy. And now he is a phenomenal artist, This guy can draw rings, around me, but it's all good, okay? It's all good. But I'm taking a long time to say this is how you develop your own style. Ironically, by imitating others. Agree, disagree? I'd like to hear your comments. And if you like what you are hearing on this channel, please hit that subscribe button so that I can go up in the ranks and keep making more videos like this. This is Elgin Subway Surfer Bowling, your creative caricature marketing consultant.